Hello everyone, my name is Gino. I also go by the barber name Creative Cuts. Today's basic concept for this haircut is we're going to do a fade on the side and a Seahawk design on the other side. So let's get right into it. Okay, so on this side of the head, we're going to start the Seahawk design. And the tools I use for the side of this head is going to be the Oster 76s and the 1.5 blade. Now that we got the hair all even with the 1.5 blade, we're going to use our trimmers because that's kind of what you want. You want to get it started and have a nice flat canvas where you can get started and you can see where you're going to start your design with. I normally start off with the eye first, and using the Andis T outliners. We start off with the eye first. And I normally use the corner of the blade because that's the easiest way to start your designs and get them going. So as you can see right there, we got the eye going, we got the beak going. Now we're going to work on as far as the top of the head and form the rest of it on the back. So as you can see, start off with the eye first, which makes it easier. If you start off with the eye first, work on the beak, the front of the Seahawk design, and then the rest is pretty much easy. You just come back and finish off the tail. We're gonna go on. The next step I'm gonna go inside the details of doing the eye and doing the mouth for the Seahawk design. So what I'm using now is my Oster fast feeds. Now I'm using this for the shading part of the Seahawk design. We're going to shade the lower part of the Seahawk design. We're going to do some shading in the eye, and we're going to do some shading in the beak area. These three areas right here. So the reason why you want to do the shading is you want to make the Seahawk design look as real as possible and the closest possible to the actual design, and the shading part of it makes it stand out even more. And the clip that I used on my Oster's fast feed was the number 0. And these are actually really good clips. They will not move, they will not fall off the clipper. It's a magnet. As soon as you put it on, it's staying right there. It's not moving anywhere. And these are really good for bald fading and shading type of stuff. So what we're going to do now, we're going to clean it up a little bit, go back over some of the lines in the Seahawk design. We're still going to shade the eye. We're going to clean up the area around where the sideburn area is and where the beak is. We're going to clean that up, line it up, and then we'll go from there and then work on the other side, is fading the other side down. Changing to the Andis T outliners, and the reason why I'm switching to these are what I use as far as basic lining up. They're not as sharp as my other clippers, the Andis. I use these basically for most of my designs and stuff like that, and I use these for actually doing like my outlines and lining the customers up. So that's what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna clean up the beak area right here and finish the lineup. So what we're going to do now, I'm using my Andis T outliners again, and for this we're going to clean up the bottom half of his hair, and then we're going to start the opposite side of his head and get into the fading part of his hair. Now I'm switching to my Oster 76s because these actually move through the hair much faster. So I'm taking the Oster 76s, taking the 1.5 blade off, and I'm going with the 000. And I'm creating my first guideline just along this temple area. And coming straight along. And always remember, dust your client off. You don't want your client to sit there and be itchy. So next up we're going to do, we created our first guideline. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to create our second guideline, and that one we're going to use the number 1 blade. Same tool, Oster 76s. Now switching back to my 000s, just to straighten out the first guideline, because you want that line as straight as possible. You don't want it to be crooked. Now I'm switching to my Oster fast feeds with the number 0 guard on it, and that is equivalent all the way open to the same as that number 1. And I'm going to use this to start doing the blending of the fade on this side. And to take out any lines that you see in between both areas, you just want to adjust the number 0 guard that's on there up and down slowly. Start off high slowly close the clipper like that and adjust, and keep adjusting until you see the line fades away. Now the next step in the haircut, we're going to take off the zero guard, and we're going to just have the clipper, the Oster fast feed, all the way open, and we're taking out this line right here. And normally when you do that, take out the bottom line, you want to have the fast feed blade all the way open, because it's equivalent to that number 0 clip all the way closed. So you won't mess anything up. And you basically just move the guard, the blade up and down until you see that line goes away. You continue to fade until you see it goes away. Now that we got the side faded, we're going to work on trimming down the top of this hair. We're going to start off with a number 2 and then possibly come down to a 1.5 so everything blends in just right. So right now we're going to use the Oster 76s, and we're going to start off with the number 2 blade. And what we're going to do with his hair, because he has fine hair, we're going to go against the grain, because if I cut it with the grain, it won't take as much hair off as it's supposed to do. So let's get started on that. So now we did a number 2 on top. Now we're going back into using the fast feeds, and we're going to start off with the 1 guard on the fast feed. We're going to have that all the way open, and that's going to be my 1.5 all the way open to blend in with the number 2 that's on top. We're going to blend this area in right here. The next guard I'm going to be using is the number 0 guard. We're going to use this one, put that on there, all the way open, and we're going to continue to blend until the lines are gone and everything is easily blended in. And when you're learning how to fade, you know, the first couple times it's going to be kind of difficult getting the lines out. You just got to have patience, adjust your clippers. What I mean by adjust, the handle that's on the side, you want to constantly move your guard up and down until you can get the lines out. Another thing you always want to do too when you're fading inside of someone's hair, always use your mirrors as well, because the mirrors can also show you where there's lines still in the hair or if there's any errors that you made. So you can always kind of look in the mirror, check and see what's going on with the haircut. But sometimes you just looking straight on, it may look good, but once you look inside the mirror, you may still see lines in his hair. And you want to get back to continuing to blend the fade. Back to the number 1 guard on there, all the way open, 1.5. We're going to continue to blend most of that, the top part. Number 0 guard, going back into the middle of the fade, turning around just a little bit. Put your head like this. Last part we're going to do the haircut is do the outline of the haircut. It's lining them up here on top and then lining them up here on the side. And then after that, we clean everything up, make sure everything looks right. So for the lineup, we're going to use the Andis T outliners. And these is what I basically use for doing the lineups and the start of your ball fades at the bottom of the fade. So here we are, we're going to start off in the middle. Try not to push the hairline back. You always want to stay with the natural hairline. And one technique I learned how to use is always having this finger placed on the forehead just in case the person moves, or something like that. You can always take your hand off without messing that line up. Get into the corners of lining the person up, use your angles. That's why the T-blade is so good for doing the lineups. Use your angles, the angles of the T-blade, the corners of the T-blade. Same thing I did on that side, I'm going to do on the opposite side. Alright, so I'm going to comb the hair out a little bit. Same thing I did on the opposite side, I'm doing on this side with the Andis T outliners. So what we're going to do now is go through an overlook of everything that's on the haircut. The fade on the side, the Seahawk design, and we're just going to go around and look and see if there's anything else we need to clean up. Obviously, we're going to have to clean up the back of the head to get all the hair off. So we'll do that next, getting this off, and then just looking at the overall of the haircut and making sure there's no lines. The Seahawk design is perfect, you can see it clearly. I hope you guys learned something from this video. It was a basic fade on the side, Seahawk design on the other side. The concepts were pretty easy. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Google Plus under Creative Cuts. Facebook is spelled a totally different way from my Instagram one. So, and also YouTube. I'm on YouTube too. So, super epic awesome. You can subscribe to it, hit the subscribe button. We're located in Bremerton, Washington. Leave a message, leave any comments. I thank you, and I appreciate you guys for following me.